Pokemon! Everyone loves Pokemon. Well, probably not everyone, but I'm kind of one of those people, so I'm gonna rank them all. But of course, I can't rank all like 1,000 something Pokemon in one video, so we're gonna start with Generation 1. Let's start with the starters. Alright, Bulbasaur. I think Bulbasaur is a little cutie. You know what? Maybe S tier. I think of all of the starters' first evolution, I think Bulbasaur is my favorite of them. And then we have Ivysaur, which I think is an A tier. I think Ivysaur is perfectly great. I still think Bulbasaur is a little bit cuter, but I like the flower and everything. And then we have Venusaur. I think Venusaur is good too. I might consider A tier for Venusaur. I honestly think Generation 1 is gonna have a lot of A tiers because I generally like the designs of Generation 1. And then we get to the fire starters with Charmander. I think Charmander is very cute, but I think Charmander is going to be A tier. We have Charmeleon. I think I like Charmeleon more than Charmander. For some reason, I like the color change. I think like the head shape is a little bit better for me. It's less actual baby, and don't get me wrong, actual baby is perfectly fine and cute, but I just think I like Charmeleon a little bit more. And then we have Charizard, and once again, I think Charizard is iconic, probably one of the most recognizable Pokemon of all time. I do like Charizard. He's just not like my favorite of all time, but he is still A tier for me. I think I might put Charizard at the top of A tier because it feels like he deserves it. All right, now we have Squirtle, the water starters, and typically I love water starters. They are usually my go-to. However, I think the Squirtle line is not my favorite. I think they are my least favorite starter line in Generation 1. Squirtle has fun things like the Squirtle gang with the sunglasses and everything, but we're ranking just base Squirtle. And of course, I'm not a competitive Pokemon player, so I'm looking at these on a design standpoint and my personal preference. Frankly, I kind of want to put Squirtle in B tier, but I'm gonna leave him in A tier. Now, Wartortle, I actually like more than Squirtle, which I think is kind of crazy, but I like his little ears. I like his little weird tail thing going on. I think I like him more than Charmander. And then Blastoise, of course, another iconic Mon. I think Blastoise is also A tier. I have a lot of A tier, but it is the starters, and usually the starters are pretty good. All right, now this is Caterpie. It's one of those classic simple bug types, but I think Caterpie has a fun design. I like the little red antenna thing looking type of thing, but you're definitely not A tier. You're, I think, probably B tier. And then we have Metapod. I really like the meme of Metapod where you just harden a bunch. I think that's funny, but actually I don't love the design of Metapod, but I'm gonna put Metapod in C tier. And then we have Butterfree. I forget what the fuck your name is. I think you're perfectly fine. You're quite admissible, but honestly, I think I might put you in C tier as well. All right, now we have Weedle. I think Weedle is cuter than Caterpie. Does that mean I like the design more? Sure, why not? And then we have Kakuna Matata. I'm very funny, I know. Thank you for noticing. Kakuna, I think, is similar vein to Metapod, but I actually think I like Kakuna more than all of these guys. It reminds me of like a sarcophagus, I think, which is why I like it. And then we have Beedrill, I think is an A tier Pokemon. I really like Beedrill's design. Ignore the fact that Beedrill has a stinger dick. Ignore that. All right, the first basic bird line, the Route 1 bird line, we have Pidgey. You're a B tier, I guess, but I don't tend to love the bird lines. And then we have Fearow. I like that you get some more color. You get like the flowing mohawk mane type of thing and the colorful tail feathers. I definitely like you more than the others, but I'm still just gonna put you at the top of B tier. And then we have Spearow. Yikes. I'm bad with names sometimes. The thing about you is that these two are barely indistinguishable to me, and that's lame. So frankly, because you're lame to me, I'm gonna put you in C tier. All right, now we have Rattata. Again, another Route 1 basic line, I think, or normal type, I guess I should be saying. I've never really liked Rattata. I think you're probably C tier. And then we have Raticate. And Raticate, I think, is a little more fun to me. Well, actually, no. No, I disagree with that because I like Rattata's purple and he's a little bit cuter, I think. I might just leave these guys here. And now we have these guys. So am I wrong? So this is Pidgey. Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, and then this is Spearow and Fearow, right? I don't like you. I think you're Spearow. No, I just don't like Spearow. I'm honestly D tier. And then Fearow, I think is more unique. I still don't love Fearow's design. I'll leave you at the bottom of C tier. All right, Ekans. I like snakes, but I think Ekans is a little basic. I'll put you like there, I think. And then Arbok. I like Arbok more because it has the scary face at least. That makes it interesting to me. I think Arbok can be B tier. All right, Pikachu, the mascot of Pokemon. Pikachu is a cutie. Pikachu has never been my favorite, but I do think Pikachu is undeniably A tier at the very least. And then we also have Raichu, which for some reason I did not originally think was in Gen 1. Raichu, you exist. I think you're fine. Maybe A tier, but I'm gonna put you B tier. All right, now we have Sandshrew, and I've always really liked the Sandshrew line. I think that Sandshrew is a little cutie. I think I want to put you in B tier because I want to put Sandslash in A tier. So Sandshrew can be in B tier, and then Sandslash, I will go ahead and put you like here. I've always liked Sandslash. All right, and now we have the Nidorans. I don't remember which ones are which. Are these the Enos? And then the purple ones are the Enas? Are you Nidoran male, Nidorino Nidoking? Because you have the Bahubis, but I don't know if that makes you a queen or not. I don't know. I think these guys are fine. They're very forgettable to me, in all honesty. I don't truly care for them a whole lot. I'll put Nidoqueen or King, again, I forget, in B tier because I think the Bahubis is actually kind of a fun little design to have. I'm going to leave Nidoran in D tier, and I'm going to put Nidorino or Rina in C tier. And then, of course, we have to do the other version, and these ones I do not like as much. I actually think you are going to be my first F tier. I just don't care for them. I think they're kind of lame. And then the Queen or King, whichever one you are, I think I'm going to put you in D tier. Sorry. Clefairy and Clefable? I wish I liked these two more. I don't. I think you're both gonna be D tier for me. Oh, Vulpix and Ninetales. I love Vulpix and Ninetales. I think these two might both be A tier for me. Vulpix I'm going to put here. Ninetales I'm going to put here. Are Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff? Jigglypuff is icon. Jigglypuff. Wigglytuff, I've never liked you that much. I think your elongated form actually makes me dislike you. And then Jigglypuff I think is a B tier for me. Again, I like Jigglypuff, but it's not my favorite of all time. Zubat and Crobat, I believe. I don't remember which one is which. I do like these guys. I think they're funky little fellas. I'm feeling good about putting you in B tier. All right, here's where my line gets a little bit biased because I love the Oddish line. Oddish himself, I think reasonably in C tier. But then we get Gloom, and I fucking love Gloom so much. I don't care what all you say, Gloom is S tier for me. And then Vileplume, you're fine. I also think it's interesting that these two are basically based off of the same flower, I think. I think Vileplume can be B tier. All right, now we have Paris and Parasect. I think these little hermit crab guys are fun. I think Paris is my lead. The more I'm looking at this, the more Pidgey has to go down here. I like Parasect more. The question is how much more. I think Parasect can go here. I just think it's a fun design. The more I'm looking at this, the more I'm like, these guys do not deserve these guys do not deserve B tier. I'm sorry, but they freaking don't. There we go. That feels better. Are you Venonat? And then you, I forgot you existed. I don't know what your name is at all. I think Venonat is kind of cute, but I think you're like top of C tier maybe. And then you're going in F tier because I genuinely forgot you existed. I don't like you. All right, now we have Diglett and Dig Trio, absolute icons of the Pokemon universe. However, I think Diglett and Dig Trio are not my favorite. I'm thinking Dig Trio can be B tier, and then Diglett can be top of C tier. Again, let me make this clear. C is where I'm just mostly ambivalent. I don't have that great of an opinion. B tier is where I'm like, I like you. You're just not my favorite. A tier is, I like you quite a bit. And then S tier is like, you're one of my faves. All right, now we have Meowth and Persian. I think Meowth is probably A tier. I like Meowth a fair amount, especially the fact that Meowth gets to talk is fun. And then Persian, again, I think Persian is fine, but to me, Persian has always been a weird evolution for Meowth. And I think Persian is kind of C tier, actually. Oh, Psyduck and Golduck. I love Psyduck. I think Psyduck is definitely A tier. And then Golduck, I don't really care for. I just don't like it as an evolution for Psyduck, honestly. I think if Psyduck stayed a single evolution and then Golduck was just another Pokemon, I would like that. I'll put you here though. Okay, Mankey and I forget what you're called. Is it a play on Primate? I think I like the second one more. I think you can be down here. All right, Arcanine and Growlithe. I've always liked these guys. I like Arcanine more. I think Arcanine is an A tier for me. And then Growlithe, again, I think you're fine. You're just not that great to me. I think B tier fits you though. We have another line that I love. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath. I just really like the Spiral. I have Pokemon cards of these guys that I loved as a kid, and so that partially plays into why I like them. I think Poliwag is a good top of the line B tier. I think some of you guys might go up into A tier. I think I like you more. I think you go here. Another line that I love, Abra, Alakazam, Abracadabra. I forget a little bit. Each of these guys, I am tempted to put in A tier. Abra's definitely going in A tier. I think you all go in A tier for me. I just like this line a lot. Machop, Machoke, Machamp. I'm going to be honest, I've always thought Machop is pretty damn ugly. You're going to go in C tier. I think you're ugly. Nothing against you, buddy. Machoke and Machamp. I definitely like Machamp more. The multiple arms really works for me. Just always has. I like multiple armed fiends. We got Goro. We got Shiva. We got Mungoro. I think Machamp can go in A tier for me. And then I think Machoke is a B tier guy. Sure. Ah, Plants vs. Zombies. It's like Weeping Bell. And then the rest. I forget. I think you're a C tier guy. I think these guys are much better. I think you're honestly still C tier, but you can go like there. And then you I think do make it into B tier. I like you a little bit more, at least above those guys. Tentacruel, Tentaking? I don't think that's what you're called. Is it Tentacool and Tentacruel? These guys are kind of equal to me. I think you might just both be B tier. All right, Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. No. What are you called? I don't like him though, is the thing. I think he's kind of gross. You're gonna go in D tier with my other kind of gross evolutions that I don't particularly care for. Geodude, you're fine. I've weirdly never cared for this line that much. I think you're kind of C tier. And Graveler, I actually might like Graveler a little bit more. Ponyta and Rapidash, okay. I think Ponyta is kind of simple. I definitely like Rapidash more. I think Rapidash will be a B tier for me. Ponyta, I think you might just be in C tier. Slowbro, Slowking, I think, right? I think you're cute. I will put you there. I like you. I like that you have the other guy biting your tail. I'm gonna put you here. Magnemite, Magnetrio. Magnemite and Magnetrio I think are fun. I've always kind of been a fan of them, but like on an actual design standpoint, I don't actually love them that much. What the hell? Oh, yeah. And now we have Farfetch'd. I love Farfetch'd. And again, this is where my bias comes in. You're going into S tier, buddy. I'm just a big fan of you. And then we got Doduo and Dotrio. I like these guys a lot, though. I don't know why, but I'm a big fan of them. I think I weirdly like Doduo a little bit more than Dotrio. However, I still think they're probably both B tier for me. What is this? Seal and Celio? Or is this Dugong? No, this is Dugong, isn't it? Honestly, both of them are kind of C tier for me. I've never much cared too much for these guys. I think I actually kind of like Dugong a little bit more. You're honestly still not very high up for me. And then Seal is just kind of like... okay. Oh, Grimer and Muck. What fun boys. I'm a big fan of these guys. I think I like Grimer more, and I'm contemplating putting Grimer in A tier. Now, I also think it's funny that Pikachu keeps getting pushed back to the back of A. Again, not a big fan of Pikachu. Honestly, Pikachu is kind of just up here because Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon. Muck, I will also say, is very good. I think you're high B tier for me. Shellder and Cloyster. Cloyster, of course, looking like... well, you know. I really like Shellder. I think Shelder's a funny little guy. I like that he got his tongue out. I think that makes you fun to me. I'm gonna put you like maybe above Poliwag. Now Cloyster is interesting. I do like Cloyster though. I think Cloyster's fun. I think you're probably just like there. Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar. Now, Gengar is probably the most well-known, iconic of the evolution line, and I agree with that. I like Gengar more. I think Ghastly is my least favorite. I don't hate Ghastly, but you are going to be down in C tier somewhere. Also, the more I look at these two, the more I'm like, I actually like Caterpie more than Weedle. Now, Haunter and Gengar, I think Gengar is A tier. Gengar isn't my favorite, but I do like you a lot. I'll put you there. And then Haunter, I think is, I could put you in A tier, but you're just not my favorite, so I'm gonna leave you down here in B tier. Onix, I like Onix a fair amount, but you're not like my favorite. Honestly, I'm feeling C tier for you, but I'll put you at the very top. Drowsy and Hypno. Hypno, it's giving pervert, which is what I should have said about Venusaur. I think I like Drowsy a little bit more. Drowsy to me is up there. And then Hypno, I do like you. I think you're also B tier, just not quite as high. Krabby and Kingler, these two are pretty similar. Kingler is just better. Krabby is gonna be a C tier. And then Kingler, honestly, I think you are good right where you are. Voltorb and Electorb. I actually like Voltorb more. I've always liked Voltorb more. For some reason, I think the mouth on you is unsettling, and I like your angry eyes. However, at the end of the day, you are both balls. I will go ahead and put you at like the top though, and then you... honestly, I'm feeling D tier. I've just never liked you that much. Execute and Executor. I like Execute. It is literally just a group of eggs. So that, you know, there is that. I'm willing to put you in B tier. I also do like Executor a decent amount. The question is, do I like you more than Execute? And I think I do, but like just barely. Oh, Cubone and Marowak. I like these ones. They're cute. I think Cubone is my preferred of the two. I think it's just cuter. Tragic story, of course. Cubone, however, I think is going to have to be up here. Marowak is also a B tier. Not as high though. I think you can probably go like around there. I don't know which ones these are. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Maybe. I actually really like this one. I think that this one's kind of funny. It looks like a peanut a little bit with funny eyes. And for some reason, I like that. This one I also like. I also think you're probably B tier, maybe above Rapidash. Oh, Lickitung. Wow. Lickitung is a very interesting one, but I do think it's fun. I like Lickitung because of what it is, but I don't like Lickitung because of what it is. I think you're C tier. They're gonna go like there for me. Coughing and I forget wheezing. Coughing and wheezing. I don't know why these guys are so iconic to me, but for some reason they always stick out in my brain a little bit. Now I love the Alolan forms of these guys, but we're not there yet. I think I like coughing more. I don't love wheezing, to be honest with you. Coughing, I may be B tier, and then wheezing is gonna be C tier. So this is Rhyhorn and whatever the evolution is, I forgot. I don't personally like these ones very much. Honestly, I'm gonna put them in D tier. I'm sorry, I think you're a little bit better. You're like there, and then you are there. And frankly, I'm gonna put these guys in F tier just because I don't like them. This is Chansey, I believe, right? Chansey with the egg. This is a weird one because I always as a kid was like, is Chansey an evolution to Clefairy and Clefable? Because I mean, look at them. Look at this. They're very similar, and frankly, I don't like you very much either. I think you're also D tier, unfortunately. Tangela. Tangela is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I think Tangela is one of the cutest motherfuckers I ever did see. I'm sure almost everyone watching this video will be like, Ryan, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the hell are you putting Tangela above every other Pokemon in Gen 1? That's crazy work. And I agree, but it's my personal list, so that's where he goes. And seeing this also makes me low-key just want to do this. Kangaskhan, the theorized mother of Cubone. I think you're a fine one. I don't super duper love you, but I think you're fine. I think you are a B tier mon. I think I like you maybe this much. Seadra and Seeking. That's not right. I forget what you're called, but I like you both. I love water types. I love seahorses. I think these guys might have to go in A tier for me because I'm a little sucker for these guys up here, I think. Now we have Goldeen and Seeking. Now, as much as I like water types, these are just goldfish, koi fish type of creatures, and I don't know, I don't find them that interesting. I actually like Seeking less. I think Seeking is going to be a C tier. And then Goldeen, I do like you, but I still think you're just C tier for me. Starmie and whatever your evolution is called, I forget because I'm bad at names. Starmie and the other one I think are funny because they are just starfish with like a gem type of thing on them. You're very boring to me. I think you're going down here somewhere. And then you, I do like. I think you're B tier. Probably pretty low though. I'm going to put you like there. Oh God, we have Mr. Mime and Jinx. Now these are icons. Maybe not for a good reason though. I like them because they're ugly, but they're still ugly as all heck. I am considering putting Jinx in F tier, but I think I still like you some. Oh shit, I forgot we still had Scythor. Yeah, you're great. You're an A tier. Not like the highest A tier for me, but I still do really like you. Electabuzz, or no, this is Elekid, right? Electabuzz is the evolution. I think you're fine, but also I think you're pretty ugly to me. Honestly, I want to put you in D tier or C tier. Magmar, a weird fucking butthead type of guy. I've never thought you were a good looking Pokemon. I'm gonna put you in C tier. Now we got Pinsir. I like Pinsir a lot. I think Pinsir is going to be an A tier for me as well, just above Pikachu, because Pikachu continues to be the bottom of A for me. Now the question is, do I want to be controversial? Because if I'm being real to myself, if I'm living my true authentic self, Pikachu will move down to like there. And I think it feels right in my heart to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. Tauros. All right. I like Tauros. Tauros is fun. Are you an A tier for me? I don't quite think you're A tier, but I would put you in B tier for sure. Magikarp and Gyarados. I actually kind of think both of these guys are A tier. Obviously, Magikarp is not a great Pokemon in terms of actual the game in how good he is, but I really like the design of Magikarp. I think Magikarp, I could conceive putting you like there. And then Gyarados, I think is a very fun water type. maybe above Squirtle. I think that feels right to me. Lapras, I've always liked Lapras. I think Lapras is fun. I also just love turtles and sea turtles, so you win me out on that. Plus, you're a water type. I kind of want to put you in A tier, but I don't know if I like you that much. I might. I feel like I could actually kind of put you like there. We got Ditto. Obviously, Ditto is a very fun Pokemon in terms of like what Ditto is. I don't know if I love Ditto though. I think that Ditto is fun in concept. It's just not my favorite. I think Ditto's probably B tier for me. I'll put Ditto like there, I think. All right, we have some Eevee and some Lucians, some Eeveelutions. I feel very similar about Eevee that I do Pikachu. Like, I think you're cute. You're not my favorite, even though you've kind of become a secondary mascot for Pokemon. I think Eevee for me, wow, you're going lower than I thought you were gonna go. You're gonna go like down here. Vaporeon, I think is A tier. I like Vaporeon a good amount. I think you probably go like there. I also really like Jolteon. I'm gonna put you like there. Flareon, I don't like as much. I think Flareon is going to be a B tier for me, like here. All right, and now we have Porygon. Porygon, I do really like. I think Porygon is fun. I would maybe consider putting Porygon in A if I had more personal attachment to Porygon, because I do really like you, but I still think you're probably just going to be top of beer tier for me. I think you can go like there. Now you're like Omanite and something. I kind of maybe like you a little bit more because of your freaky teeth and eyes. Probably both B tier for me. I might put them like here-ish. Now this is like Kabuto and Kabutop or something like that. For some reason I really like this one because it's like the eyes are in, I don't know what it is about you that I like. However, I do think you're very simple. I think you are just going to be down here. Now you I also like, but personally I think you're just a worse Scyther, mostly because of the colors. I just wish you were more colorful. I would probably put you like there. Now the question is, are you Aerodactyl? Is that what you are? Because I forget that you exist. And if I forget you exist, that means you're going down here at the very least. I could maybe put you in D tier, but I feel like I like the design enough to keep you up here. Snorlax. Now Snorlax is an absolutely wonderful Pokemon. I feel like I relate to Snorlax in a lot of ways, in that I like sleep. Snorlax is going to be A tier. The question is how high? Probably above Squirtle. I think that feels right for me. All right, now we have the legendary birds. We have Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Zapdos is my favorite of the three. I really like the spiky design that Zapdos has and also his face. Zapdos is at least A tier. I kind of want to put you in S tier, so I will. Articuno I think is fun. Moltres I think is my least favorite of the three. Articuno I like. Are you A tier? I think you can be, but just barely. And then Moltres is going to be more towards the top of B. Yeah, I feel okay with that. Now we have Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. I think that these guys are fun. I think Dragonite is the best of the three for sure. I think Dragonite is probably A tier, but honestly, I think you're kind of bottom of A tier for me. Dratini and Dragonair are interesting because I don't really like them that much. I think they're kind of maybe here. All right, and now we have the last two Pokemon of Gen 1, and that is Mew and Mewtwo. Mewtwo is going to be S tier for me. And I know that that's kind of a basic opinion, but that's okay. I'm okay with being a little bit basic on this one because I have always liked Mewtwo. Now, Mew is an interesting one. Do I want Mew in A tier? I don't think I do. I think I want Mew in B tier. And I think that Mew in B tier would go right about there for me. Now, I think that this is my final rank, but let me just go through real quick and reorganize anything that I feel needs to be reorganized. All right, I've done some rearranging, and this is my final ranking of Gen 1 Pokemon. If you like this video and you want to see me do the rest of the generations, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And another reminder, this is all my opinion. This is how I feel about the Pokemon. I would love to know what your opinions are. What are some of your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? What are some of your least favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? What are the most mid Gen 1 Pokemon? I want to know what your opinions are, but like in a civil way. Maybe you absolutely hate some of my picks, and that's okay. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!